has looked every inch the absolute super.
The Judgment Day's Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Here's the problem, though. This is the WrestleMania debut. Tiffany Stratton, and she's going up against one of the all-time. They're running around with ego and confidence through the roof, at least on the outside.
There are people that just have it, and there's people that don't.
They're not running away tonight. They've agreed to this matchup.
It has it. She's had it since the moment she showed up in.
Finally pop the broken-hearted Rhea.
Be better.
How can you be better than perfection, Michael Cole? You've been trying to. And the vengeful Damian Priest wants to see any signs of improvement.
Well, we are professionals. Forced into this match, wait, so let's get that straight.
No, they were playing hard.
That is correct. You guys drink a lot.
They look pretty confident right now. They look every inch.
Arriving in.
And that just brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
On the script. For the vomit.
And that mustache on there, the love machine.
That she's comfortable with.
Mysterio, the greatest mustache we've seen since the days of.
With all eyes.
Oh my God. Tonight, hopes to win a record 15 outfit on because he's about the size of a skeleton. The amount of muscle chip.
He's low. And what an upgrade for a girlfriend in Liv. But always unmissable.
That follows Charlotte Flair.
The WWE Women's Championship. First, the challenger from the Queens of Damian Priest and Charlotte Flair.
Remember, they beat Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega. Liv, you've changed.
And her opponent,
Tell you what, Damian Priest out here.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
But Rhea Ripley, I've got some advice for her. Don't
The WWE Women.
move on and be thankful that you got to experience
Tiffany.
greatest lover, John Mysterio.
Okay, it's time to get back to
This place.
the WWE. The match is about to start. Dominic, Liv, you got to get in this match. Not just in WWE, but later first.
They don't want to talk to you, Cole. Over those 4 years, an astounding capacity for
Where are you going to get in the ring? You got to get in the ring, though, and fight them.
developing and growing, and right now she is owning the match like that in the ring. The classy and Jim Braff and so forth just simply hasn't worked. Now this one has
No, I'm trying to come around to it. He's in the Intercontinental
times over the previous few weeks and straight into
on Monday. I'm trying to come around to it, but he makes it right here. Yeah, well documented the personal animosity between these two women.
No, it's just
I'm trying to be unbiased tonight, I promise.
it's the green-eyed
Parking lot a couple of weeks ago. Tiffany and Charlotte now going to bring the brawl out. So where are
the
people
other
getting that from? Liv Morgan said that about me yesterday, and the crowd has to understand. Champion's advantage for Tiffany. So it's Damian starting things off. Controlling Charlotte here in the early going. Cover now by Tiffany. Forcing tag rules, men against men, women against women. So if somebody's to make a tag, an important match for Tiffany. Forget the WrestleMania debut and all of that. Has to come into the matchup. Damian Priest as Dominic Mysterio won the championship by cashing in Money in the Bank on one of her allies tonight.
Yeah, Priest is trying to punch Dominic in the face, and
There's been a lot of criticism over whether or not Tiffany Stratton actually deserved
you can see the strategy from the
Oh!
the vindictive man.
cashing in Money in the Bank. It's a big match to prove she belongs.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Devils, and we are coming for you.
Okay.
And Priest.
Asterisk next to anyone who wins their first championship.
World champion taking it out on Dominic.
In the bank, nothing wrong with it, of course, perfectly legitimate. However,
What a right!
on one on the biggest stage of them all, and we're going to get one way or another.
Everybody can complain all they want. She went
Across the ring, Damien misses. And catches him over that.
Stacked in your favor when you have the Money in the Bank briefcase and the expression on the face of Damian Priest within. You pick your moment whenever you want. From his entrance, one of unbridled rage.
Yeah, and wait, the problem here is that Charlotte entered with Dominic and Liv, did to the Judgment Day. Tiffany out of the ring. She suckered her in. Charlotte was able to Morgan really be the catalyst for the kicking out of the beatdown begins for Charlotte Flair.
Well, think of all the experience
Oh, and another big boot by Priest.
to study Charlotte Flair. You look at what the rest of the Judgment Day see sense after something completely different to anything you prep for.
And you look
By
at
Priest and Ripley for too long.
Charlotte Flair and what she's doing and how aggressive she is. You can watch as much Morgan, and that means Rhea Ripley's got to come into this matchup. Flair over the years, Wade, but she's evolved. She's evolved as a superstar.
You don't win 14 world championships, potentially a 15th.
Oh, and a drop kick by Rhea.
Over the course of your career, figuring out your
Oh,
weaknesses.
champion Liv Morgan's in trouble. Rhea Ripley staring
Your
right at
opponent's weaknesses and exploiting them.
the NXT Women's Champion and a fall-away slam. Remember what Dominic did? Take too kindly to that.
Well, Stephanie
Stabbed her in the back, two-timed her, cost her the champ.
is she has a problem with it.
And Charlotte, again, Rhea Ripley has not forgotten. And she hasn't forgotten what
it all in right now.
And I'll tell you right now, Charlotte Flair is taking
the seductress taking Dominic away from her.
inside the locker room for being so dismissive of every single
An injury for months. Also, Liv Morgan
in a WWE umbrella, but when you have the kind of resume shot,
forced Rhea to relinquish the championship.
to rub some personality, but statistically the greatest woman in won the championship that Ripley had to beat history, and she looks every inch that woman right now.
World-class.
Jury.
What I just said.
You didn't say it loud enough, that was your problem.
For the business and a mindset to be the greatest.
And now the power of Ripley. Critical super. And Charlotte now turning into a Boston Crab, center of the ring to Liv Morgan.
Must feel like a cleansing of the
Trying to lay it in here, and Tiffany Stratton, the champion in
Rhea Ripley to take down Liv Morgan with ease.
Charlotte. Tiffany now rolls through, hooks the leg, trying to pick up the win in a kick.
Well, Tiffany Stratton has been put through the ringer so far. Charlotte Flair won.
Dominic checking on Liv.
Easy, but now there is fight in the champ still.
Yeah, dip underneath. Charlotte with a bit of a neck breaker. Uh-oh, Dominic! Oh!
Adjusted, pulled audible.
Got caught up top rope, and Stratton takes it, man.
So far.
And Dominic sent over the top rope.
Athletic similarities between these two.
And Tiffany, don't come this way. Priest out that gymnastic background. Delivering to Charlotte, rips her across the announce table. And Damian Priest continues up this assault.
It's Flair who's rattled by this athleticism coming back.
Dominic Mysterio launching him face first off the apron.
Normally, it's Flair's biggest asset, but it's neutralized tonight.
Go help him, Liv.
Much balance, dexterity, and power.
Oh, nice spine buster by Stratton. Liv looks distressed. It's up Charlotte, who has to kick out.
Tiffany Stratton is an absolute pro.
Grabbing Damian, I'm not sure that was wise. But the distraction. Nerves do a weird thing to your body, Wade.
I think that can work against most. Oh no, that was wise, all right, Cole.
To knock Priest rib first.
Flair, though, I believe you've got to work a little quicker than that, Tiffany.
Mysterio has taken over. And Dominic now driving Priest. Knees to the back. Tiffany now runs into a big.
It's what the all-time great couples do. They've got each other's.
Charlotte quickly try to steal the title from Andy Elizabeth. And now not able to do it.
Everything that we've seen thus far, and at the end of the day,
And Now Mr. Lover
The face from Charlotte Flair. Ruthless.
is on top.
Who has ever called him Mr.
Eye candy at times from Tiffany Stratton. Things are looking too. All of the women on planet Earth, including the ones in Berlin. Time and again, Flair is beating it to the punch.
Let me ask you this question, Wade. You act like he's Mick Jagger, and up over the top is Dominic.
Perfectly honest with you, it depended on the opponent. The worse my opponent.
Cover now on Priest, and a kick out at 2 by Priest.
Oh.
Show me what you got.
If I got in there with a wrecked on water.
Oh, what a cheap shot by Liv.
Yes. And that might be where Stratton is right now. You would complain it's because he can't swing. He can only do wrong.
Stratton is very similar to Charlotte, born for the spotlight.
And another chop.
So early.
WWE fans getting all over Dominic Mysterio here.
Maybe this is what she's been waiting for.
Things getting nasty now. Charlotte say, what do you got in Berlin? Priest back with a right. Stunning Mysterio now.
Something just woke up inside Tiffany Stratton. Damian Priest, maybe the best striker in all of.
Trying to hang onto the ropes. Tiffany now. Charlotte sidesteps.
Wait.
Look at Dominic. Nice tornado DDT.
Got her up right there.
Match for the greatest luchador in history.
And again, Liv Morgan.
Flair, however, this young champ who simply.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. And what a shock. Dan Anglin's little selection, and Tiffany countered. I mean, come on, do your job.
He's never.
And now Charlotte Flair. Oh! And now Dominic just. For the championship for a 15th. It's just taking control of the Priest. I'm impressed with what Dominic's been in.
In hell, because Michael Cole has finally accepted that Dominic.
Big elbow.
That step up kick. I didn't say great. I said I was impressed. And now Flair. And you know what she's doing? And now mocking. The late great Eddie Guerrero. Gonna pay. Oh, she was going to try to injure the leg to set up the figure 8, the submission. Broken arrow to Mysterio.
Damian Priest, too big.
Able to scoot away.
Well, if someone is your athletic, a suplex from the high-flying luchador, Dominic, and suddenly they are no longer. And now Dick.
That's in, and here you go, Liv.
Aggressively is Charlotte Flair.
I was going to say, remember Tiffany Stratton floating out of the corner. Gorgeous moonsault. Rhea Bloody Ripley is on a tear. Bang! The champion, though, continuing to fight. What
Woman who has left a bunch of blood
so far.
Charlotte Flair thought she had enough time. Tiffany
She's
Stratton.
in her wake.
Oh, and a basement drop kick by Ripley. Charlotte fighting back.
And this is a mismatch on paper.
Again, Tiffany just keeps getting. Liv Morgan's a conniver. Very
incredible durability from the champ.
Champion. German suplex released by Rhea.
Oh, of opportunity for Stratton. It gets shot in a Morgan.
Well, she may not be able to speak again. She landed on her feet. Flair went for the boot. Tiffany sidestepped again. Stratton. On the back of her head. Could this be it? Does Dominic want to make up? Charlotte just gets the shoulder up.
This is really turned.
Oh, and Liv Morgan.
I mean, almost immediately Tiffany Stratton right to that knee as soon as she saw it.
There's no way Rhea Ripley was falling for that. Yeah, it was incredible. Great ring awareness by Stratton. Bruise, no way. And now Rhea Ripley finally taken.
Immediately went for the attack. Charlotte
Flex. Dominic taken down by Rhea.
Well, now there's fear in the mind of Charlotte Flair, who knows full well that target. If you're Charlotte Flair, you want to put this one to bed as quickly as possible.
That would have been always questioning the health of a body part that's gone under. And now Rhea to Morgan. And now Charlotte Flair looking to punish the knee of the champion.
So badly, Rhea.
Not great, neither is yours.
And again, wearing out.
Memories you built together.
Rhea looking for Riptide, and Liv went for the devastating figure 8 finishing submission. Saves her boyfriend.
They not just want to win this one and become a 15-time world champion.
To Rhea, and suddenly Liv and Dom, cold breaker.
Bitterest enemy in the process. Put her on the shelf. Rhea Ripley is a scorned woman who cannot focus. You had to go through in 2024.
Again, back to the.
She cannot move on. She's still in love with Dominic.
And the champ finds herself crawling away on one leg.
And it's going to cost her tonight.
Liv Morgan feeding off the lust. We're going to learn a lot about Tiffany Stratton tonight. Charlotte going to go to the figure. And now Morgan, oh my goodness, turns Rhea in. Bridge into the figure 8 with the champ in trouble. Trying to bridge into the must have the win.
Come on, Rhea.
And Rhea.
Charlotte in her knees, the injured knee.
Now Liv is simply toying with her prey.
Tap out.
Now mocking the champion. Taunt.
Oh, what a kick! Bad knee. Great strategy by Stratton here.
Well, flag to protect that knee in the process as she was goading. Shockingly devastating.
Tag was made. Damian Priest.
Loud. Stratton away out of trouble.
And again, and Priest with the kicks to the midsection of Dominic. And now the Marshall. She couldn't bridge enough with the injured knee, and now Stratton Priest taking the fight to Dom. The fact that she couldn't deliver the figure 8 may have cost her here, Wade.
That knee.
That running elbow in the corner.
Right out, it bended sideways.
Buckle
because the
fired up face first.
Elevated, flap it loosened.
And Stratton now.
It's offering.
And a clothesline!
Where's Nina?
And now Stratton looking to climb up top. Charlotte flares for the win. Liv Morgan breaks it up. Prettiest moonsault ever, but the knee's up by Charlotte. But
almost decapitating Dom Mysterio.
Go to Charlotte's knee. Charlotte. I hope Dominic signed a prenup. Kick out at 2 by Stratton.
Oh, Charlotte.
Here we go. Both are up. Rhea
on the line here by hook or by crook. She is going
Dom high for a double razor's edge. Physically beaten, physically hanging in the balance. The WWE Women's Morgan sent out of the ring.
I promise you, Cole, they're not going to like each other.
And Rhea Ripley said, destroy Dom.
Well, they will respect the physicality.
Oh, come on now. J.D. McDonald. The trash talking. And now, and Carlito. And Rhea made Carlito. And now to the bad knee, and Charlotte turning the offense around.
People talked down to by Ripley.
And now Ripley, oh my God! Charlotte gonna look for the figure 4 and the figure 8. Roll up now. Priest now turns around. Dominic caught. Charlotte rolls through, trying to power Stratton up here. And now Balor.
It's counter for counter, power for power.
Knee gave out a bit.
And cost him his title.
Turn around, rep.
It's about whose frame is going to give out first.
619! And Charlotte on the second turnbuckle.
Head off the ever.
This is ridiculous. Frog splash. A critical move. Tiffany Stratton. Dominic into the cover. And Damian kicked out. Sends Charlotte whiplashed into the corner.
Damian Priest running on fumes at this point.
All of it, but may have gotten enough.
The back of the head of Charlotte was in. The plan didn't work.
Yeah, and that man
against that second buckle. You're right, Cole.
Damian Priest, the world championship, and now a tag mate, and that was smart by
car crash at 60 miles an hour. This
only Dominic to make. Oh, and Liv Morgan. Another rolling senton by Stratton. She has Charlotte in position.
Shooting the runway there, perhaps a knee caught Rhea Ripley on the way over.
Champ, Stratton, prettiest moonsault ever connects to Charlotte. Make the tag so Liv can come in to take out Rhea, who had already been taken out with that power. Now, hook of the leg, what a win at WrestleMania. Looking for Oblivion. Rhea Ripley, no corner, with a backbreaker. Intercepts Stratton. Wow. And now,
Still from WWE.
AD McDonough.
Second time he's broken up.
Stratton.
Meetings.
McDonough is like a damn gnat. Morgan caught. Tiffany time.
What a tip.
Almost a version of the code breaker. Half oblivion. Oh, what the hell that's.
Huge win. What an...
And now Damian Priest. Wacky McDonough into the end.
He had to win that one the hard way. That was a fight.
McDonough goes flying. Kick by Priest.
Again, Bliss needs to show some urgency.
Cleared off the announce table. JDR now.
Not going to have much time to operate in a match with three other opponents.
Now.
Once again, Judgment Day saving.
Can Bliss do it?
Bliss. And now Dominic runs into a clothesline. Turns him in.
To your point, Corey, a slow climb from Alexa Bliss.
And now
I
Dan.
realize that I know what I'm talking about.
And now Morgan. Double knee. Where's a high? Headbutt.
Fucking dewdrop. They get oblivion and out.
Riptide. Riptide.
This is perfectly legal.
Get out of there,
Fatal
Ricky.
four-way rules, no disqualification.
And the win.
Nikki ASH may have just saved dewdrop.
Winners, the team of David
And now, well, Alexa Bliss taking issue.
Bliss.
and Rhea.
ASH. Liv Morgan all alone with dewdrop.
Finally. Liv Morgan with her sights set on dewdrop from the middle.
But Judgment Day threw everything they had in there.
Gets caught.
Dewdrop made it look easy.
People were just refusing to be denied tonight.
And River, good night. Just in time.
Almost caught. For Ms. Dewdrop. But
Really, with a semblance of revenge tonight against
the Eradicator playing spoiler.
I don't know if that's the end of things.
Oh, damn!
Riptide!